What if nobody told you that after 60, life doesn't get smaller and it just gets quieter? And in that quiet, you start hearing things you never noticed before, like the sound of your own thoughts or your knees cracking every morning. But here's the thing. You laugh about it now. Because at this age, you realize half the things you once worried about never even mattered. And the other half, you survived anyway. Growing older isn't a tragedy. It's just life. Finally slowing down enough for you to see it clearly. When you're young, you run everywhere, chasing deadlines, chasing people, chasing dreams that were never really yours. You think movement equals progress. But after 60, you learn that peace has its own kind of speed. Now you take your time tying your shoes not because you have to, but because there's no reason not to. You sip your coffee slowly, and for once you taste it. You walk without headphones because silence has become your favorite song, and when someone cuts you off in traffic, you don't yell anymore. You just smile and think, another graduate from the School of Impatience. Aging teaches you that calm is not laziness, it's mastery. You also start noticing the people who stayed, the ones who didn't need anything from you except your time. At this stage, your circle doesn't shrink because you're less interesting. It shrinks because you're finally choosing peace over noise. You stop explaining yourself. You stop chasing people who can't meet you halfway. You stop attending every argument you're invited to. You realize some relationships expired years ago. You just kept them on the shelf out of habit. And the best part? You make peace with it. Because you finally understand that not everyone is meant to stay forever. Some were just here to teach you how to value the ones who do. Of course, aging comes with reminders. You bend down to tie your shoe and suddenly need to stretch before standing up again. You forget why you walked into a room, and for a moment you think you've lost your mind. Then you remember, your glasses are on your head and your phone is in your hand. It's humbling, but it's also funny. Because your body might slow down, but your soul? It's still dancing, just with better rhythm now. You learn to listen to your body instead of scolding it. When it says rest, you rest. When it says stretch, you stretch. And when it says cake, well, sometimes you listen to that too. Here's the strangest part. Time stops feeling like a race and starts feeling like a gift. You no longer count years by what you've achieved, but by how many moments made you smile. You realize that most of life's big moments were actually small ones in disguise, like your grandchild's first laugh, or a quiet morning with no rush to be anywhere. You stop worrying about what's next and start appreciating what's now. Because after 60, you finally get it. Tomorrow is not promised, but today is already enough. Remember when you cared what everyone thought? The clothes, the opinions, the career, the car? Now you just want comfort and kindness in your clothes and in your company. You don't need to prove anything anymore. You've already done the proving, the failing, the trying again. And now, you just want peace, laughter, and maybe someone who remembers your birthday without Facebook reminding them. There's a freedom in not needing to be impressive. You can finally just be. Here's the biggest secret nobody told me about aging. You don't lose yourself, you find yourself again. The noise fades, the pretending stops, and what's left is the real you. The one who always wanted a quiet life, a good cup of tea, and someone to share a story with. You become more patient with others because you see yourself in their mistakes. You become softer, not weaker, just wiser. You laugh at things that once made you angry, and you forgive things that once felt unforgivable. Because you realize holding grudges takes energy you'd rather use for a nap. So what does aging really teach you after 60? It teaches you that joy is simple, that peace is earned, and that love, real love, has nothing to do with youth or perfection. It's about showing up, staying kind, and finding beauty in the ordinary. It teaches you that you don't need more years to live well. You just need to live the years you have more honestly. So here's to the soft mornings, the slow walks, the belly laughs that hurt your ribs. Here's to aging. Not as a decline, but as a graduation. the diploma, wisdom, the ceremony, every quiet, grateful day that still finds you here. And if nobody's told you this lately, you're doing just fine. Line by line, you've written a beautiful story, and it's far from over. If this spoke to something quiet inside you, take a moment, breathe, and share it with someone who might need the same reminder today. And if you'd like to hear more reflections like this, sit with me again. Subscribe, and let's keep walking this path together, one line at a time.